Hello, my name is Larissa. I will show you 8 amazing places in Russia. Northern Lights on the Kola Peninsula, the summer capital of Russia, the Siberian capital of Russia, Kamchatka with volcanoes and surfing, the deepest lake in the world, mountainous country Altai with picturesque places, the oldest city in Russia, one of the most visited cities in Russia. Russia's territory has many different climate zones because it stretches over continents of Europe and Asia. The amazing thing about Russia is the weather extremes. On the one hand, there is the North Pole of cold in Oymyakon, which is the coldest permanently inhabited settlement on Earth, with temperatures below -50 degrees in winter. On the other hand, Sochi, with its subtropical climate, various types of palm trees and 300 sunny days annually. There are 11 time zones in Russia. When the residents of the eastern part of Russia wake up, residents of western part of Russia only go to sleep. Russia is the perfect place to hunt for the aurora. The Arctic Circle crosses half the country, which means that there are many opportunities for observation. Northern Lights Aurora Borealis is a natural light display in the Earth's sky. Auroras are the result of disturbances in magnetosphere caused by solar wind. The Kola Peninsula is the most geographically accessible and comfortable place for observing the unique phenomenon. The peninsula is in the far northwest of Russia and one of the largest peninsulas of Europe. It lies almost completely inside the Arctic Circle and it's bordered by the Barents Sea in the north and the White Sea in the east and southeast. There are some tips on how to catch the northern lights. Travel from the end of September to the end of March. At this time the chances are especially high. Go outside the city to nature as you need absolute darkness. Follow the weather forecast. The aurora is best seen in clear weather. Seeing the northern lights is a great success. Sometimes it can be every day and sometimes you have to wait for weeks. I advise you to combine observation with other activities. On the Kola Peninsula, you can meet the indigenous Sami people, try northern cuisine, visit a reindeer farm, ride a husky, or get an adrenaline rush on snowmobiles. Sochi is one of the southernmost places of Russia, located along the Black Sea coast. It's about 1,600 kilometers south of Moscow. Sochi is often called the unofficial summer capital of Russia. The highest temperature recorded was 39.4 degrees in 2000. Sochi became world-known in 2007 when it won the bid to host the 2014 Winter Olympic and Paralympic Games, which were held at the nearby ski resort of Rosa Hutor at Krasnaya Polyana. Sochi has many attractions to offer for anyone who loves nature, sport, history, and sunny beach leisure. Here you can find amazing coastline, Caucasus Mountains, pebble and sand beaches, numerous parks with subtropical vegetation, and an active nightlife. Sochi is also known for its sport facilities, yachting, kitesurfing, skiing. This is the city where you can ski on snow-covered slopes and swim in the sea in one day. Despite high precipitation, Sochi enjoys 300 sunny days annually, which is unbelievable for any other part of Russia. This makes nearly all the year comfortable for visiting Sochi, except maybe November through January. Sochi is among several seaports where international tourists have the opportunity of visa-free entry for up to 72 hours, applicable for cruise ships and ferry line passengers only. Check limitations and requirements carefully before use. Kamchatka is a peninsula in the Russian Far East. Here you can climb volcanoes, visit geysers, spend hours in natural hot springs, or go fishing in wild rivers or along the coast. Kamchatka is the unique land where fire meets ice. With 160 volcanoes, some of them active. The volcanoes of Kamchatka are a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Here is the Pacific coast. Despite the cool water of plus 15 in summer and about 0 in winter, professionals surf on the coast of Khalaktyrsky Beach. In 2014, it even hosted a stage of the Russian Surfing Championship. There are several schools where you can take a surf lessons. This is entertainment for big fans of extreme sports, as the conditions are quite difficult, cold winter and large waves. Novosibirsk is a great opportunity to get to know an unofficial capital of Siberia. With a population of over 1.6 million people, Novosibirsk is the third most populous city in Russia and the biggest city in Siberia. The climate in Novosibirsk is typical of Siberia, with dry winters and freezing winter temperatures. Travelers coming from countries with mild climates may find Novosibirsk's winter tough, but it may not be extraordinary for those from northern countries. This is a good destination for winter kiting. This is an activity for those who love freedom and snowboarding with the help of the wind. The planet's deepest 1,637 meters, and the oldest lake is located in eastern Siberia. The Baikal is the best for visit in July, when temperature and winds reach favorable conditions. It's so pellucid that one can see the bottom 40 meters down. Irkutsk is the largest city nearby, and the Trans-Siberian Railway can take you from one end of the country to the other. You can relax on the most picturesque beaches of Lake Baikal, go hiking along the Baikal coast, go rafting, fishing, cruising. The largest island of Lake Baikal is Olkhon, with its amazing landscape, vibrant culture and holy places. Olkhon is the heart of Lake Baikal. Here you can recharge the Baikal energy and even meet shamans. See the plants of glacial period and relax on the hot sandy beach. The most popular time to visit this mysterious place is summer. You can sunbathe, swim and explore the sights. But even in winter it is very cool here. Fishing, searching for magnificent ice caves, walking around the island. Or for fans of extreme sports, scuba diving under the ice at the deepest point of Olkhon. Altai is a republic in western Siberia, which has an amazing variety of landscapes. The Altai Republic is located in the heart of Asia. It is a mountainous country with picturesque places and the junction of several natural zones and cultural worlds. Due to the large abundance of mountain slopes, you can find many opportunities for skiing and snowboarding. They even arrange snowmobile safaris here. Snowmobile safari runs from the beginning of December to the end of March. Snowmobile tours are not so easy event, but real trips. And you need to be ready to spend a few days in a snow-covered taiga away from civilization. Winter swimming and diving in ice-free areas of river and lakes are especially popular here, thanks to the diverse landscape and natural conditions of the Altai Mountains. You can make routes of many complexity, from simple walking trips, weekend hiking, to complex high-altitude ones, using special equipment. The highest mountain, Beluga, 4,506 meters, is the highest point in Siberia. Specialized tours for artists and lovers of fine arts are popular here. Nowadays, painters, graphic artists, sculptors, and students of specialized education institutions in Russia and abroad come to Altai for plein-air studies, especially in autumn. Novgorod the Great, situated between Moscow and St. Petersburg, is one of the oldest cities in Russia. It was first mentioned in the manuscripts as early as 859. UNESCO recognized Novgorod as a World Heritage Site. Here you can feel the connection of times and the origin atmosphere of the Russian land. Novgorod is called the City Museum of Ancient Russia. An amazing number of beautiful monuments of architecture and monumental paintings have been preserved here. The city is known for the variety and age of its medieval monuments. There are now some 50 medieval and early modern churches scattered throughout the city and its surrounding areas. Novgorod from the river looks pretty amazing, so you can try a water taxi or a boat trip. It's a great way to enjoy the beauty of the city. Novgorod's Kremlin is open to visitors and includes the main sites of the city. The Krasny Izba Tourist Information Center is located near the Kremlin. Travelers are always welcome here. Help with advice, choose a tour, provide with map or souvenirs. Kazan is the capital of Russia's Republic of Tatarstan and the center of world Tatar culture. Kazan is the one of most visited cities in Russia with rich history. Located between Europe and Asia, having both Russian and Tatar populations, Kazan peacefully blends Muslim and Christian cultures. This vibrant city, with over 1,000 years of history, is an excellent travel destination. The city has a citadel which was declared a World Heritage Site. Major monuments in the Kremlin are five-domed, six-columned cathedral and the mysterious Lenin Soyumbuke Tower, named after the last queen of Kazan. Also of interest is the palace of the president of Tatarstan, the Kul Sharif Mosque, remains of the Savior Monastery with Spasska Tower. You can see the walls erected in the 16th and 17th century, but later reconstructed. Kazan offers a lot of various events you can visit during your stay here. Must-see event in Tatarstan is a national holiday Sabantui, Tatar Summer Festival, which is celebrated in the beginning of June. Much of the city center is walkable, and the main attractions for tourists, the Kremlin and Bauman Street, are only for pedestrian traffic. Bauman Street has the largest collection of restaurants, cafes and bars in the city. You can try national Tatar dishes. Pilaf is a rice dish whose recipe usually involves spices and other ingredients, such as vegetables or meat. Traditional Tatar triangular pie, uchpachmak, filled with a mixture of meat and onions. Various baked items with a savory feeling are specific for Tatar cuisine. The oldest and simplest is kistebey. The Tatar cuisine offers a variety of baked sweets, usually served with tea. Chak-chak is a mound of honey-drenched sweet pastry balls. Russia is immense and extraordinarily long on attractions for visitors, although many lie in the hard-to-reach stretches of the planet's most remote lands. While the distances are great between them, Russia's natural wonders are impressive and worth seeking out for nature lovers. Thank you for watching this video. Bye bye!
Hi, my name is Alex and I'm wedding/travel video maker based here in Moscow City, Russia. Today I'm gonna tell you about my city in a way I see it and tell you about interesting places. But let me tell you a few words about my country first. Russia. Russia is the largest country in the world. It covers nearly twice the territory of Canada, the second largest. It extends across the whole of Northern Asia and the eastern third of Europe, spanning 11 time zones and incorporating a great range of environments from deserts to deep forests and Arctic tundra. Russia contains Europe's longest river, the Volga, and its largest lake, Ladoga. Russia also is a home to the world's deepest lake, Baikal. The landscape is different and mesmerizing. Variety weather zones, tall mountains, boundless oceans and seas. The inhabitants of Russia are quite diverse. More are ethnic Russians, but there are also more than 120 other ethnic groups speaking many languages. It's almost 200 ethnic groups and subgroups besides Russians. Therefore, there are a lot of different traditions. I live in Moscow and I would like to tell you specifically about this city. First stop is beautiful Red Square. Red Square is undoubtedly one of Moscow's and Russia's most iconic landmarks. You have probably often seen it in films when it comes to Moscow, but still it is a nice place to enjoy the views and city life. Red Square ranks first in the list of the most beautiful places in the city area. Red Square began life as a village, then turned into a small town of wooden huts. Years later, the city has grown. Wooden huts was replaced by red brick, which would not burn, but only until 17th century. Then the ruler Fyodor Alexeyevich gave a decree to replace it with white rock. But again, appearance of buildings on Red Square was replaced with red brick years later. If the weather is cold when you arrive in the city during winter, it's even better because there is something magical about decorations you will see before and after New Year holidays. In the heart of Red Square there is a massive old-fashioned shopping center called GUM. The design and architecture is giving you a throwback in Soviet era, with its decorations and interior view. There are both grocery and luxury shops and even cinema. The Cathedral of Vasily the Blessed is an Orthodox church in the Red Square of Moscow. It was built in the middle of 16th century by order from Ivan the Terrible and commemorates the capture of Kazan and Astrakhan. It was the city's tallest building until the completion of the Ivan the Great Bell Tower. The building now is a museum everyone can visit. Our second stop is the largest church in Moscow. the Cathedral of Christ the Savior. The cathedral is so huge, breathtaking and amazing, you can even see it from many points of the city. The cathedral stands out for its stone facade and white marble with 4 columns, as well as its 5 golden domes, the highest of which reaches over 100 meters. There is one important detail in church appearance that gathers the attention every time you are nearby. Sculptures, to be more accurate, its high reliefs. They present differently. Some of them repeats historical and biblical stories. Some of them shows keepers of faith, princes and rulers. On December 31, on the eve of the 2000th year anniversary of the Nativity of Christ, the gates of the Cathedral of Christ the Savior opened again after a long restoration. And now the temple receives visitors both on holidays and on ordinary days. From the cathedral you can walk along the embankment and meet the museum in front of the entrance to the Gorky Park. Third stop is Gorky Park. The recently restored park is not only a landmark of this city, but also a favorite recreation area for young people and people who already have a family. Also, after working in the office, many citizens go for a walk in the Gorky Park if the office is nearby. Let me tell you more about activities in the park. This popular gathering place draws adults and children alike to its recreational offerings, which include gardens, cycling, infrastructure, museums, viewing point, cafes, beaches, park, open-air cinema, sports center, etc.
There are another interesting entertainment.
It's an open-air dance floors. There are actually several platforms. One situated near main path in the park, and you can learn or participate such dances as tango, zumba, Brazilian, Spanish or Irish. The second dance platform is situated near Andreevsky Bridge and specialized on bachata, hustle and salsa dances. Usually all lessons, if they are available, is free and started at evenings, for example at 5 or 7 p.m. In winter the park turns into a winter wonderland, covering its surface with almost 20,000 square meters of artificial ice. Next stop is Tsaritsino. Tsaritsino is located in the south of Moscow and includes an architectural complex of the late 18th century, greenhouses, historical landscape park with ponds and new park zones with a light dynamic fountain. The territory covers 405 hectares. The palace complex, created as a suburb residence of the Empress Catherine II. It was designed and built by the architect Vasily Bazenev. Later, the new Grand Palace by Matveyev-Kazakov became the center of composition. The buildings were not completed. After the emperor's death, work stopped. Next stop is Kolomensky Estate, Historical, Architectural and Natural Landscape Museum Reserve. Is a cultural open-air museum complex comprised of 4 different historical sites. The most important site, the Kolomensky Estate, was once the summer residence of Tsars as far back as the 14th century. The complex, which covers almost 300 hectares, is home to fairy-tale wooden palaces. A tent-roof stone church built in the 105,000s, a water tower, 4 towers and structures, and the 24-room museum of wooden architecture, which includes the restored dining room of Tsar Alexei I. Beautiful manufactured gardens, riverside picnic areas, and a massive collection of both artifacts and structures make this a great destination to help you see
what medieval Russia looked like.
English language tours are available, but you're also free to wander the grounds on your own. Next stop is Tretyakov Gallery. The largest collection of Russian art in the world sits here with over 180,000 paintings, sculptures and religious art dating back to over a millennia ago. The gallery was built using beautiful red and white colors from classical Russian architecture and located near the Kremlin. Significant art pieces include the Vladimir Mother of God, a Byzantine icon of the Virgin and Child dating back to the 1100s, Andrei Rublev, the Trinity icon from the 15th century, and several works by Ilya Repin. And also the most famous realist painter in Russia. Next stop is the Pushkin State Museum of Fine Arts. It is located just 500 meters from the Cathedral of Christ the Savior. The Pushkin State Museum of Fine Arts is a museum complex that is currently in possession of one of the largest world art collections from ancient Egypt and Greece to our days. Today the holdings of the museum contain around 700,000 artworks. The main building exhibits painting, prints and drawings, sculpture, applied art, numismatics, archaeology, etc. The pride of the gallery consists of the paintings by French Impressionists and Post-Impressionists and masters of the early 20th century, Claude Monet, Auguste Renoir, Vincent van Gogh, André Derain and many others. Next stop is Moscow City. Moscow City is the city of skyscrapers in true New York City style. Dazzling skyscrapers with observation desks, futuristic hotels, panoramic restaurants or a modern shopping center are just some of the attractions of the city of business and entertainment. For those who want to visit something beyond the Red Square or Kremlin. Personally, it is a project that amazes me. 5 of the buildings exceed 300 meters. I assure you that seeing these skyscrapers from below or getting to one of the observation desks is really impressive. It is most convenient to get there by metro, though it is also possible to access the complex by car. There are many parking spots available, or by bus and even by boat. But still, best way to get there, get off at Vasilievskaya metro station. Next stop is a little different than the others. Rovesnik Bar. Rovesnik is not just a bar, it's a large community where peers gather not by age but by spirit. Here you can dance all night to pop music or enjoy an exhibition of contemporary artists. Laugh when it's an open microphone or sing in karaoke so loudly that it drowns out the crowd. And the coolest thing is that you always know that you will meet unusual, funny, smart, and cool people here with whom you will definitely have a great time. There are another unusual place a lot of citizens like to attend. It's a Strugano Lake and rivers nearby. The place is unique in Moscow as you can choose a relaxing holiday on the beach and also sports on the water. There are several types of sport activities that you can choose. First one is windsurfing. There are instructors if you are trying to do it for the first time, as you can go subboarding or sail on a yacht. There is also a cafe and one club that you can visit.
And I hope you'll get a chance to travel on one or few spots I mentioned. So, goodbye.
Hello, this is City Report. My name is Larissa. I'm from Russia. I love traveling and creating films. Today I will tell you about the fantastic city where I was born, about St. Petersburg. I will share some interesting facts about this Russian city. For example, what month is this city especially beautiful? What is the best place to enjoy the beauty of the city? Where can you find the charming locations to relax? St. Petersburg is the cultural capital and the second largest city in Russia, on the shore of the Gulf of Finland on the Baltic Sea. This city is an important economic, scientific and cultural center of Russia. International, creative, energetic and cultural place which combines the luxury of royal palaces and the most fun parties, centuries-old history and openness to new ideas. In addition, it is a city with a contemporary feel. In the city center, the rules prohibit the construction of high-rise buildings. Skyscrapers are located far from the historical center of the city. The highest in Russia and Europe is Lachta Center, with its 462 meters. There are more than 342 bridges within the city limits of St. Petersburg. You can see bridges decorated with statues, lanterns, lions, horses, sphinxes and griffins. Thanks to the web of canals, St. Petersburg is often called Venice of the North. The picturesque bridges in the middle of the night are a must-see for all visitors to the city. Summers are warm, humid and short, while winters are long, moderately cold and humid. Pay attention to the forecast and always keep an umbrella in your bag. St. Petersburg is very beautiful in the summer, especially while there is white night season in June. St. Petersburg is cosmopolitan, culturally diverse, with a rich mix of culture and languages. The population is more than 5 million. Most Russians know it as Peter. It is one of the most well-known romantic places. The city offers plenty of enjoyable things to do and see. I will tell you about the 15 most fascinating places to visit in St. Petersburg. Let's start. You can admire hundreds of museums that are located in historical buildings. The State Russian Museum is the world's largest collection dedicated to Russian fine art, including painting and sculpture. Here you can learn the history, all genres and schools of Russian art, over more than 1,000 years. Mikhailovsky Garden is a green oasis in the historical center of St. Petersburg. This unique monument of landscape design with more than 300 years of history. The park offers a beautiful view of Russian Museum. Mikhailovsky Garden is a combination of two different gardening styles. Now, it is an object of historical and cultural heritage of federal significance. Enjoy a beautiful walk through this park to relax a bit, or just sit on one of the benches. This is the perfect place to get some fresh air and take a walk under the huge old trees. The mosaic courtyard is a wonderful hidden facility. It is an outstanding example of transformation of an ordinary city yard. Walls, fascinating sculptures, and even a playground are made from mosaics. It is one of the best outdoor mosaic walks in St. Petersburg. The mosaic courtyard was created by enthusiasm and love for the art. This charming place has created the artist of Russia, Vladimir Lubenko, and his students from the small Academy of Arts. There is the mosaic fountain, where you can enjoy the mosaics and relax. The courtyard appears in all its glory with sunshines and at sunset, when the fountain mosaics have lights which come on. This place is very popular for art lovers from all over the world. Peter the Great founded the Peter and Paul Fortress in 1703. The church is the oldest cathedral in the city. You can find several notable buildings around the church. There are sandy beaches near the fortress walls. In summer, the beach is very popular in St. Petersburg. The other impressive things on the island are breathtaking views of the complexes of palaces on the other shore of the Gulf of Finland. Alexander Sergeyevich Pushkin is the greatest Russian poet, prose writer of the Romantic era, and the founder of modern Russian literature. The Pushkin Apartment Museum is a memorial museum located on the Moika River embankment. The poet's apartment was recreated in its original form based on historical documents and memories of Pushkin's friends. Subsurfing in historic rivers and canals. In St. Petersburg, water is a part of the city attractions. The total length of the canals is 300 kilometers. In the city center, there are attractive granite embankments from which you can admire the most majestic buildings of the city. Subsurfing is a great way to see the city. Enjoy the outstanding architecture of the city from the water canals. Start your day with relaxation, enjoying nature and the power of water. You can enjoy the sunset surrounded by amazing palaces and bridges. Kazan Cathedral has an impressive neoclassical exterior colonnade, richly decorated interior with numerous columns. It is also known as the Cathedral of Our Lady of Kazan. It is the largest cathedral in the city, devoted to one of the most venerated icons in Russia, Our Lady of Kazan. The cathedral gives the impression of a palatial hall with numerous sculptures and icons created by the best Russian artists. St. Isaac's Cathedral is a major attraction in the city and the third highest cupola cathedral in the world. The cathedral's gilded dome is decorated with statues of angels and rises 101 2.5 meters. The white dove under the peak symbolizes the Holy Spirit. Granites and marbles for the interior were gathered from all parts of Russia. The cathedral is richly decorated with semi-precious stones and sculptures. 400 steps lead to the best observation deck in the city. The roof of the cathedral has a picturesque view. You can admire this vista also by night. The Republic of Cats Culture and Museum Complex is located a few minute walks from St. Isaac's Cathedral. This is a coffee shop and gift shop. Here you can learn more about cats. This relaxing place with a charming decor where you can spend time with cute, friendly cats. Book your ticket in advance on their website. The Etagi Loft project is a cultural center located in a former bakery building. The old interior was preserved. The project team created a fashionable space with shops, workshops, and exhibitions halls. It hosts concerts, events, flea markets, and art galleries. Here you can find exhibitions of photographers, artists, and sculptors from all over the world. There are many parks and squares in St. Petersburg. Izmailovsky Garden, also called the Bar Theatre Garden, is located on the banks of the Fontanka River. This is one of the oldest parks in the city with plants, many of which are more than 100 years old. Here you can admire the art objects, the most charming of which is the St. Petersburg Angel. This is a very beautiful monument dedicated to the older generation of the city, who lived a long, honest life and preserved the love of life, interest in people, and intelligence. The St. Petersburg Angel has become an unofficial symbol of the city. The Mariinsky Theatre is a premium and historical ballet and opera theatre. The name was given in honor of the wife of Tsar Alexander II, Empress Maria Alexandrovna. Today it is home to the Mariinsky Ballet, the Mariinsky Opera, and the Mariinsky Orchestra. The St. Petersburg Ballet School is recognized as one of the best in the world. The traditions of the Russian classical school were passed down from generation to generation. St. Petersburg is a fabulous city. There are several options to admire it from observation decks. A magnificent view opens from the roof right in the historical center of the city. For example, from the roof of St. Isaac's Cathedral, where is located the Colonnade Alley. Rooftop restaurants offer stunning panoramic views and terraces. For example, from the Café Zinger on Nevsky, you can enjoy a spectacular view of the Kazan Cathedral. In addition, you can find a special tour with a guide who offers a rooftop with unique locations. The St. Petersburg Metro is one of the largest in Russia. Metro stations are beautifully decorated with marble, bronze, and sculptures. They are made in a unique style. Some of them look like palace halls. The city has unique geology, and metro stations are located deep underground. For example, Admiralty Station is 86 meters underground. Try the atmosphere of a typical Soviet period at Kvartirka Soviet Cafe. Experience the dishes in a unique setting with Soviet furniture, books, newspapers, and traditional food. Do you want to travel back in time in a truly authentic and cozy space? You can try tasty dishes from Soviet period. For schmack is an unusual cold herring-based starter. The most popular Soviet soup with noodles is a typical dish from the south of Russia. One of the most unusual salad is a mysterious herring under a fur coat. You can try the tea served in a real samovar. St. Petersburg has a significant historical and cultural heritage. This is one of the most amazing cities with fascinating history, beautiful architecture with UNESCO World Heritage Sites. It is a charming Russian city which is steeped in history. You can enjoy the architectural complexes and outstanding individual monuments of architecture, history and culture. This is the place you want to go back to. Thank you for watching this video. This is Larissa and this is my city report from St. Petersburg. On the YouTube channel City Report, you can learn more about amazing cities with the locals. Bye bye! Hello, this is City Report. My name is Larissa. I'm from Russia. I love traveling and creating films. Russia is a transcontinental country located in Eastern Europe and Northern Asia. Russia is divided into 85 federal subjects. One of them is Republic of Bashkortostan. The capital of Bashkortostan is Ufa. So today I'll tell you about this city where I grew up, about Ufa. I'll share with you interesting facts about this Russian city. For example, where is the boundary between the continents of Europe and Asia? Why do we swim in the lake in winter? Why do we drink the horse milk? But first, let me tell you about Bashkortostan. Bashkortostan is a mysterious and still little-known region of Russia. This is a pearl among the Ural Mountains. The Urals are among the world's oldest eastern mountain ranges that runs from the coast of the Arctic Ocean. Its age ranges from 250 to 300 million years. The mountain range forms part of the conventional boundary between the continents of Europe and Asia. Bashkortostan is boundless steppes, ancient mountains, calm lakes, wide rivers, and cave labyrinths. This land, enveloped with ancient legends, is at the junction of Europe and Asia. Here are all the best traditions of the East and West. These days it's a peaceful home of more than 100 ethnicities who practice different religions. The variety of languages and origins is reflected in culture and arts. Ufa is a city with 450 years of history. It's a modern, innovative megapolis with a unique historical and cultural flavor. It's a venue of major national music festivals, business forums, and summits. It also regularly hosts major international competitions at the Biathlon Sports Complex. The population of Ufa is more than 1 million. Ufa is one of the biggest and greenest cities in Russia. Our city has numerous amazing parks and squares. It is one of the largest economic, culture, sports, religions, and scientific centers of the country. An important transport hub located about 1,300 kilometers southeast of Moscow. Ufa is one of the most multicultural, multi-ethnic city. Russian, Bashkirs, Tatars, Ukrainians and other nationalities live here together. The people are kind and hospitable. The official languages are Russian and Bashkir, but Tatar language is also spoken. The city itself is located on 7 hills, at the foot of which 3 rivers meet at once, White, Black and Doma. Now I will recommend you 12 of the most interesting places in the center of Ufa that you can visit. You can enjoy spectacular views from the city's observation decks. The most popular of them is the square near the monument of the national Bashkir hero Salavat Yulayev. The alley leading to the monument is the most touristy part of Ufa, with souvenirs sold in improvised yurts. There is also a simple cafe with Bashkir pastries and tea. Ufa is the home city for the ice hockey club Salavat Yulayev, a participant of the Continental Hockey League. Visit the exciting matches with this team in Ufa Arena. You can also go ice skating in this sports complex. The Russian Bashkir Friendship Monument. At the base of the monument are bronze sculptures of the 2 women who sit on either side of the stela. The sculptures are allegories of Russia and Bashkortostan, and both hold laurel wreaths as a symbol of peace. The city garden Salavat Yulayev. Here you can admire the beautiful suspension bridge known as the Bridge of Lovers. The main museum of the Republic, the National Museum, keeps exhibits of history, archaeology, nature, ethnography. Here you can learn about Bashkortostan's history, its national costumes, and see the tools of the Stone Age. Bashkir State Opera and Ballet Theatre. Over 100 plays of foreign, Russian and Bashkirian classics and modern authors have been staged in the theatre. You can enjoy yourself watching the famous ballet Swan Lake. Fountain Seven Girls. The cultural facility, inspired by mysterious Bashkir legend and famous dance, is located in the theatre public garden near the Bashkir State Opera and Ballet Theatre. One of the largest shopping centers in Ufa, Gostiny Dvor, is also an architectural monument. In winter it hosts the annual colorful entertainment festival Terror Winter, where you can compete in national games. There are several cafes where you can participate in meetings in English. Cultural Center Art Quadrat is a popular place in the historical center of the city, filled with shops and showrooms, cafes and bars, craft workshops and art salons. This creative space hosts entertainment, educational and creative events. Philharmonia. An organ has been set up in the small hall. Musical festivals are held in the big one. One of the most famous festivals is the Pink Panther Jazz Festival. Yakutov Culture Park has a number of family-friendly attractions and activities, like a children's railway and lake with boat station. In January, in honor of the holiday, both children and adults plunge into icy water. People with excellent health who are not afraid of cold water swim here all winter. House of the Mountains sculpture at the entrance to the Yakutov Park. This cute animal is a symbol of Ufa. There is legend according to which some mountains turned into mythical creatures and played a role in the founding of the city. Two Fountains Square is one of the most popular places in Ufa. It hosts street film screening, performances, concerts, salsa and bachata parties. Summers in Ufa are hot and winter are lengthy and cold. However, long winter shouldn't prevent you from enjoying yourself. You can go skiing, snowboarding, and marvel at our nature's winter vistas right in Ufa. Ufa is the only city in the world with ski resorts in downtown Akyort and Olympic Park. The two resorts are located on the steep slope of the Ufa riverside, opening up breathtaking view. Young people of Ufa are fond of frisbee, slackline and rock climbing. You can always find a company. You will have a great time in the park trying slackline with professionals of this sport. On a single summer day in Ufa, one could ride a water slides in the water park, make a boat tour around the city, and ride a horse or visit horse races at the Hippodrome Arbuzat. One could relax at the Half Resort or go to the theater. In winter, you can watch the ice speedway or practice winter sport within the city. The complex biathlon includes 7 ski slopes and 3 summer ones. You can take a ride on the ski track, shoot at the shooting range, or relax in a comfortable hotel at the complex. The traditional cuisine is well balanced, healthy. There are a lot of restaurants and even Bashkir street food. I recommend you to try some dishes. Famous vak belish is a small pie with meat and potatoes. The traditional Bashkir dish bishbarmak is made from boiled meat and noodles, sprinkled with herbs and onions. The therapeutic factors well known far beyond Russia are Bashkir kumis, fermented Maras milk, known for centuries. Bashkir honey, which in addition to the amazing taste and unique aroma, has a number of healing properties and combines vitamins. Ufa is rich in cultural events. In recent years, 1000 Cyclists Day has attracted up to 20,000 participants. After mass skating, guests take part in the festivities with games and competitions. International Festival of Art Heart of Eurasia combines several activities: the Symphonic Night with the National Symphony Orchestra, the Ethno Night with the participation of folklore groups, National Costume Parade, and also Kurai Fest with Kurai musicians, Russian stars, and Ufa musical groups. Ufa is a starting point for anyone who would want to learn more about unique Bashkortostan. Thank you for watching this video. This is Larissa and this is my city report from Ufa. On the YouTube channel City Report, you can find interesting tips from locals from all over the world. Bye for now.